I am 27% of the way through. On Kindle it says page 105, but this is like the third installment of 2017, if you've read My Dark Vanessa. I feel so sick to my stomach. Almost started like sobbing a handful of times. You're probably wondering, why did you pick up My Dark Vanessa? It's been on my TBR for a while now, and every once in a while I'll just scroll through on my phone like books that were just added to Kindle Unlimited, and I saw My Dark Vanessa was just added, so I started reading it on my phone. Instantly fell right into the world. I love the writing. I don't even know if I could say anything without crying, honestly. This book is so beyond, I don't even have the words. This book is not for everybody. That is 100% sure. I don't want to use the word retelling, but it's the best word I have right now, of Lolita. If you're not familiar with Lolita, basically that book is about a man who is in, I think, his 50s, late 40s, who falls in love with a girl who is 12 years old, and it is told from his perspective. Correct me if I'm wrong. And it's awful, and it's about his obsession with her and how he basically becomes her stepfather, and just how she's abused basically, but through his perspective. And My Dark Vanessa is told through basically Lolita's perspective, but this is like a present day, like it's a different book. I'm not saying it's like literally Lolita copy paste, but it's like that's the idea. And so it's about this 15-year-old girl who is going to a boarding school, and her 45-year-old English teacher falls in love with her, and about how disgusting and awful and manipulative and just vile, and how easily the like gaslighting, the manipulation, her doubting herself, like as the reader you're like, you're so close to getting it, but then she instantly pulls back because she wants that love and she wants that affection, and it's so heart-wrenching, and it literally has made me nauseous reading it, because I clearly don't blame her. It puts you into perspective of like, this is how this happens, and it's so like, I wish I could step in. Like, I just read one of the grossest, like saddest things I've ever read, and I wish I knew that going into it, so please read the trigger warnings. I knew what I was getting into, but I didn't know it was gonna be like, I was not prepared to even read this today. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if I had like set myself up to read it, I would be in a better place right now, but I don't know if I can continue reading this in the current moment, but I want to because the writing is so good and I'm just captivated by it. The author is Kate Elizabeth Russell, and it's her debut novel. She published this in 2020, and I really wish that there was something else she had written too, because her writing is just, I'm so invested. Some more about My Dark Vanessa is it is told in two different timelines, both from Vanessa's perspective, and one is 17 years after this abuse had taken place, and the other timeline is 17 years in the past from when this was going on and how it began, and in detail what happened to her basically. But in 2017, there are things happening where it's exposing her abuser, and how she, right now in the book at least, is protecting him and enabling him. And I'm really crossing my fingers that by the end of this or the middle of this, we get some sense of a revelation. I don't think that's gonna happen, and that's why it's gonna be absolutely soul-crushing. But I have hope, because it's just awful. And I wish, like, she's 15 and she has nobody to protect her. He's supposed to, that's her teacher. He is so disgusting. I'm like, I feel so much rage right now, and so much grief and sorrow, and I've just been like staring off into space, like literally feeling nauseous and like zoning out, and like I'll tell Trevor what's going on and he's like, are you okay? Do you think you should keep reading, or should we put the book down? So that's a little update from me. I will tell you more of my thoughts when I continue reading. Whew. Okay, I'll talk to you soon, guys. Well guys, I am 93% of the way through this book. I have like less than 15 pages left in My Dark Vanessa. I don't think I'm gonna be comprehensible until tomorrow, so I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this book in front of you. There's so many times I've literally felt like throwing up. Finished it. I don't know what I'm gonna rate it right now. It's crazy that I didn't even have this book as an idea to read 72 hours ago, and now I do not I don't recommend this book. I wouldn't recommend this book, but I would heavily look at the trigger warnings, please. I beg of you. I did not fully know what I was getting into before I went into this book, and I wish I did. I knew, but I didn't at the same time, and that's my fault because I didn't do the proper research. I understand that. I think I'll just go back and forth between vomiting and crying for the next day, and then I can give you a proper breakdown of how I'm feeling, because right now I'm just feeling a lot. Hey guys, happy good morning. Amazing. Hey honey, we're good. No, honey, we're good. We're good. We're good. It is the next day. I, as you saw, finished My Dark Vanessa last night. I have a lot of thoughts about this book. A lot. Some, mainly most, are conflicting. Like I said last night, this is a book I would not recommend, but I would if you're ready for the content. On the cover it says timely, riveting, heartbreaking, and I would completely agree. There are just so many things that I want to express about this book, but I fear it would take me way too long. Let me find the creator I'm thinking of, but they talked about My Dark Vanessa. It's one of their favorite books of all time, and they were describing it in such a perfect way. Let me find it. The creator is Lexi, or Newly Nova, I think is her like username on TikTok. I found her on TikTok and I'm obsessed with her YouTube channel as well. But on TikTok she did talk about My Dark Vanessa. So I recommend looking at her content to better understand what I'm trying to communicate about it. Okay, I'm trying to imagine myself as you watching this video, trying to be like, what happened, Taylor? Obviously you know what the book's about. It was so much of me wanted to literally reach in the book and grab her out of it to protect her. I don't know how to talk about this book without getting like violent. So Vanessa in the book, who's the main character going through all of this, she would almost get it. She would say something or think something and be like, wait, but then within 2 seconds she would be wrapped back up into the manipulation, the regurgitating what was said to her by this grown-ass man. And it's so interesting because Vanessa feels like as much as she went through this horrible experience, which my God, she feels somewhat responsible because she wanted it. And her therapist at one point in this book says a line that I was like, that's it. And she was like, Vanessa, you were just trying to go to school. No part of you asked to be manipulated and thrust into a relationship with a grown-ass man. You wanted to go to school. And I was like, say it louder, say it louder. Oh my God. And this girl, I looked at some of the reviews on Goodreads because I still don't know how to rate this book, if it's 5 stars or 4.5. I don't know how I feel. I'm probably gonna say 5 stars because I think it altered my brain chemistry. But some of the reviews were like, I was waiting for her to have this big aha moment and to realize what she went through and like how she is a victim and how all of this stuff. And in reading it, I think Kate Elizabeth Russell did such a beautiful job at showing how deep abuse and manipulation can go. And I told Trevor, I was like, he asked me, he was like, how did it end? Did she tell the truth? You know, did she expose him? I literally just sat there and was staring for a good long while after reading it, and I said, there's hope. It just shatters my heart that she lost so much of her life to this man who literally used her and other girls younger than her. Whew. Okay, I have to stop talking about it. I really do. If you want to hear me rant and rave some more, let me know, because I could make an entire video talking about this book. Did I expect this to be this week's video? No, no, no. Also, Trevor got me a coffee. How sweet of him. Trevor is my husband, by the way. My name's Taylor, by the way. Woo! I don't normally read books like that, especially not on a whim. Still on the list, if you watched last week's video, I still have to finish Mistborn. Haven't picked it up. Here's my predicament. I can either spend the rest of today reading these last 200 pages of Mistborn and get this book done, or I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. My thought was like, is that boring for you? Because I don't want that to be boring for you. Or I could pick up a new book that I could read literally in one day. I have like 2 options for that. I just don't know. I have this book, A Venom. What is this? This is the first book, A Magic Steeped in Poison, but I liked this cover better. Anyway, this is the first book in this series. So I was like, maybe I could read that one, because I think I could read it in one day. The margins are really wide, really double spaced. And then I was like, well, I could read every day, which is like young adult. And look at how small that is, you know? Oh my God, I could read that in one day. I think I'm gonna do this, and then, I don't know if I'm gonna do this today or tomorrow, and then Mistborn today or tomorrow. But I wanna read these 2 things. Let me just see where I'm even at in Mistborn right now. Oh, I'm in the midst of a chapter. I didn't even, what? Did I read this? Okay, I misread one of these words and I was like, did I miss like a whole chapter? No, I didn't. Every day a different body, every day a different life, every day in love with the same girl. I think they turned this into something like a TV show or a movie. Don't really know. Let me just read the first page. If it's easy to read, I'll probably just do this. I think I'm gonna read this, because what? I don't know why, for some reason I don't know how I expected the world building in this to go, but I expected him to stay stationary and his body just change every day. But the thought that he literally transports into somebody else's body, like he just woke up in this guy's room. Sorry? I'm incredibly interested now. Both of these are actually really interesting currently, so I think I'm gonna read this one though right now. I will say, I feel like I read so much faster on my Kindle. That's an interesting thing we should maybe do an experiment on, wouldn't you say? Enough chatting, I'm gonna go ahead and get to reading, and we'll see how far I can get in this before I go to the gym. Wow, do I have an update for you, friends? I am blazing through this book. The plot in this one is so good. It's about this person who goes into a different body every single day, but I didn't expect to like the premise so much. It just doesn't seem like something I would have liked to read. I didn't have high expectations that I would really like this book as much as I am. So maybe if you see Every Day somewhere around and you haven't read it yet, go pick it up. I recommend this book. It is so good. I'm definitely gonna give this to Kayla when I'm done reading it. I am on page 253 and there is 324 pages in this book. I'm almost done. I know I never really gave you an update when I first started reading it. I did not think that I would be this far this quickly. I think it's literally like been a few hours. I really hope that this book ends with a happy ever after. I don't think it will. I'm hoping it does, because it's kind of framing up for that, where it's like, here's all the trouble and like, oh, how we wish thinks could be X, Y, and Z. Oh, how we wish it could be. And then I'm hoping in the end it's like, oh, look at that, your wish came true and everything's great and hunky-dory. That's what I'm hoping will happen. That is so sad. Wow. That's really nice. 4.5. But it didn't give totally, but it gave enough. On the way to the gym and on the way back to the gym, I read a little bit and now I am on page 532, chapter 32, and stuff is hitting the fan. There's so much going on right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and read the last 100 pages of Mistborn, and if anything crazy happens, I'll let you know. I would rate this one 4.5, maybe 4, unless what happens in those last 100 pages is insane. We'll just have to find out together, I guess. Let's get to reading. Crazy stuff is going on right now. I have 2 chapters left. I'm on page 618. You have to get it, you have to get it, you have to get it. Pardon? What did my eyes just... I'm skimming because I'm like frantic right now. What the f- Oh my god. That's insane. That's insane, actually. Come on, girl, come on, girl. You got it, you got it, you got it, you got it, you got it. Oh my god. That's what's up. Page 632, the very last page before the epilogue. Girl, that's what's up. That's why you're my favorite character. Okay, now I'm in the epilogue. I'm still distraught over something right now, and I don't know. Like, I've been reading this whole time. It happened a little while ago, and I just kept reading like, it's just not, that didn't happen. And now I'm like, wait, I think it actually happened. And I didn't cry because I thought that, and now I think I'm gonna start crying. I'm on the last page. That's really nice. I finished it. I started reading this book February 18th. It is April 26th. I was reading this for way too long. The past few books I've read that I've felt kind of meh about are books that have taken me months, some of them years, like The Hobbit, to read, and it's just, I don't like it as much. There was just so much world building going on, different characters I had to remember, and aspects of like the politics, things like that. This is my first book I've really read that's like that in terms of like fantasy, where it's super heavy on those topics. It was still great. I love the characters, specifically the female main character. I love Vin. I don't really know how to feel right now. I don't want to like spoil anything, obviously, but it's done. This book has been weighing down on me for so long. I don't have to think about it anymore. I can just put it on my bookshelf and return to the world when I want to, and I love that. What a wild reading vlog this was, wouldn't you say? We read every day, My Dark Vanessa and Mistborn. What a wide variety of books. If you stayed this long in the video, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Life is getting more and more stressful the closer we get to starting to travel again. So I may pull back on posting to like twice a month instead of every single week. So just note that going forward. But as soon as we're back on the road, I'm gonna have so much free time and I'll be able to put my full focus on making videos that I love and that I enjoy. That's just something to note going forward. And also don't forget that the giveaway is happening. We hit 2,000 subscribers and now we're at 2,100 already. That's incredible. So if you're here and you're new, hi, I'm Taylor and I'm so grateful that you're here. Seriously, it means the world to me just to have this little corner of the internet where we can just read books and be honest and goofy and chaotic together, and I love it so much. So thank you for being here. But there is a giveaway going on and it ends on May 1st, so make sure that you enter. I will link the video and you just click on that video, you go to it, make sure you're subscribed, you turn on post notifications, and you just comment on that video. And I'm gonna pick the winner on May 1st. I'm gonna be giving away my book Adventure Below. I'm gonna sign it, write a little note, and then include some little reader goodies. So make sure that you enter the giveaway. Comment down below a heart emoji and I will leave you a joke. I'm not saying it's gonna be funny, but it will be a joke. If you liked this week's video, make sure you give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe. I saw it was like 75% of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribed. I get it, but like please turn on post notifications so you get notified every single time that I post. And that's all I got for you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!